Alrighty, I'm here. My guest today is Siraj Khan.
Yes.
So funny story, I guess. So Siraj and I would have met maybe we're 2020 now, so it would have been about 9 years ago.
Yeah, 9-10 years ago.
10 years ago.
9-10 years ago.
And we didn't really have much of a conversation then. We sort of just met in passing.
We just, I think, shook hand.
Yep.
And you were going out from a dealership.
Yep.
And you just shook hand and introduced ourselves, the names,
Yep.
and you were just in a hurry.
And then I was gone. Yeah,
that's it.
So funnily enough, we sort of crossed paths again just recently, and I as I sort of do nowadays, I talk a little bit about the podcast, and I was like, oh, Siraj, you should come on, tell your story, and then Siraj was kind enough to volunteer some time and come here today.
Yeah. I like it, so, and I like to meet you again as well.
Yep.
It's always good,
Yep.
to meet each other, and yeah.
Yep. So I guess let's I guess to give everybody a little bit of perspective, so where were you born?
I was born in Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
and in Pakistan it was actually like a very remote area where I was born.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What's the name of the area?
it's all towards the north.
Yep.
The province was previously called it's called KPK now.
KPK.
Yeah. So Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Okay.
KPK. Yeah. And it's all toward the north
All
of
towards the north.
Pakistan.
So
Yeah.
so my geography's hopeless, right? So let me try and visualize this. So from where Pakistan is,
Yeah.
what countries to the north of Pakistan?
My geography is not that good as
Okay.
well. Yeah, but I think
What's close by?
it's gonna be China, I reckon.
Okay,
Yeah, towards China.
towards China. Okay,
Yeah.
and then south of Pakistan is
Towards south, it's all we going toward Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean.
Yeah. So, and the north of the Pakistan is like all the high mountains.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are from the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so describe for me, like, what was it like growing up in that area?
As I said, like it was a very remote area. So remote means that probably when I was born there was not even electricity down there.
Wow.
Not there were probably roads, but not like
Were there cars around?
not really.
Yeah.
When I was born, no one would have a car.
Yep.
What I remember, what I remember from that when we used to go somewhere,
Yep.
we used to have one big bus, and it used to have only one big round trip.
Yep.
So if you're going, so you gotta go to the bus stop on a certain time.
Yep.
And that was the only bus would go and then come back in the afternoon. So you will go like all the way to the city probably for 4 hours trip,
Yep.
and then come back, and that was the only bus people used to catch.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess to give people some perspective, how old are you this year?
I will be 36 in March.
36 in March.
Next month, yeah.
So at what age did you get out of Pakistan?
Well, when I did my year 10,
Yep.
I left my village,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Karachi, which was the main city,
Okay.
and then I studied there for 7 years.
Yep.
And then after that, I left in 2008 December. I came to Australia. That was my first
2008.
international trip.
Okay. So that's about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we jump too far ahead, let's go back to growing up in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So in how big was your family?
We are 10 siblings.
10 siblings.
Yeah, so 5 brothers and 5 sisters.
Yep.
I have 3 uncles.
Yep.
And they all have like same sort of
Big
kids.
families.
Yeah, big families.
Yep.
Yeah. So probably all together now, like us, just only my dad and our family.
Yep.
Like all our brothers and sisters got married. Now they have got kids. And like it's,
Huge.
and it's not only us, all in Pakistan, and especially in that KPK, which is called the Pashtun people. They all have big families,
Okay.
and they have all like what do you call it? Like combined family.
Mm-hmm.
So they all live together in one big massive house. Probably we have like 10 to 15 rooms, and you know.
So is that was that like what your house was like when you
Well,
were growing up there?
Will I started like when I started like knowing things. So all our uncles and my dad, they like separated each other, like they went to separate houses. But probably like my older brothers and sisters, when they were born, they were like all my uncles and all, they were living in one house together.
Wow.
Yeah. But when I came to know stuff, so we had our own separate house, and like you know, and but all 10 of us,
Yep.
and my dad and my mom were living in one house.
Yeah. Wow.
Even like my older brother, I can't even remember. He probably got married like at least 25 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what was the age gap between, say, like the oldest sibling and the youngest?
I think it's 2 years.
Yep.
2 years, not
As
more
in,
than 2 years.
So let's say how old would the oldest be in
So
your family?
the oldest in my family was my sister. She was the oldest one.
Yep. And how many years older than you is she?
I can't even remember how
Can't
old,
remember.
but I can't even remember that when she got married. So she was when I started knowing things.
Oh wow!
She was
So
married
you were
already.
still very young
Yeah,
at that
very
stage.
very young. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's over
Yeah.
a long period, right?
very long period. I remember my the second sibling, my older brother, the one after my sister.
Yep.
I remember he getting married.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't remember when my sister got married.
Wow.
Yeah, so all big families living in like big houses.
Yep.
Now when I go to Pakistan, it's all totally changed. Like
Totally
as we
changed.
spoke, that
Yep.
we would have one big bus. People will be sitting on the roof of the bus.
Yep.
If you have seen these
Of
pictures
course.
now,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys, like you see some pictures on social media,
Yep.
they're all pictures, but totally changed now. Now probably every house has got a couple of cars,
Yep.
and complete. Now actually that area is turning one of the best tourist place.
Really?
Nationally, and now it's becoming internationally as well.
Okay.
So a lot of tourists comes.
What do they come to see there?
There is a lot of religious tourism down there, especially in that area, from the Hinduism. So all these from like we used to have a lot, and then stopped for a bit because of these problems. But now it started again. So we have a lot of like tourists coming from China for religious tourism, because there's a lot of Buddhism.
Buddhist sites. There.
Buddhist sites down there.
Yep.
And we would have people coming from Malaysia, so there is a lot of religious tourism, but now the government is investing and have invested a lot in like general tourism as well, because it's like mountains and a lot of rivers and natural sites.
Yep.
So
Okay.
yeah, so like this probably, let's say 20 years,
Yep.
it turned around like a lot, probably
A lot of investment.
like in one, probably not, I'm not talking about a village, a town has one bus.
Yep.
People going to the city in the morning, or maybe into the like the colleges.
Yep.
For students are all far away as well.
Yep.
And in 20 years time, it's changed that like every house would have like 2-3 cars.
Yep.
So the big turnaround.
Yeah.
In
Big
20 years.
Big lot of development.
Development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was your family religious at all?
Oh yeah. I mostly like 99% of the people are very religious.
Yep.
In that area.
And is it Hinduism or Buddhism or
No, Islam.
Islam?
Yeah, Islam. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened then when Islam came? Like before, it was Buddhism.
Yep.
And then it
Changed. Yeah.
changed to Islam. So
Yep.
I don't know how that happened. I'm not that good in the history.
Yep.
But there's a lot of Buddhist sites down there. Like a lot. Like you go from one village to another, and you will find like that old houses and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so then, schooling wise, like what? Obviously, in a village like that, was there a school, or did you have to travel to school?
Every village has a primary school till year 5.
Yep.
and then we would in that area probably like, let's say 15 villages would have one high school in one village,
Yep.
which would be in the center.
Yep.
So all the therapies would come after they do year 5. They would go to the high school,
Yep.
to their one school.
Wow.
So probably in that area, all the village boys would have gone to that one school. So everyone knows each other.
Yep.
Because if anyone has gone after 5 to school,
Yep.
is going to that one school.
Yeah.
It's gone to that one school. Yeah. Yeah. So it's quite funny.
Yeah.
But it was the best, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
was
miss
it?
quite a lot.
Was it? How many kids would you reckon were in that school?
When I finished my year 5, and we went to year 6 to the high school.
Sorry, I'm just going to close the door. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep saying. Yep.
Out of my memory, I think we had 2 classes, and we
Sorry,
had,
everyone.
yeah,
Keep going.
we had 2 classes, and I think there was like 30 to 40 kids in one class.
Yep.
So this is, I'm talking year 6.
Yep.
So let's say from each village probably 10
kids. or so.
kids, or maybe the small villages maybe 5 kids.
Yep.
Come from the primary school to the high school.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, was the high school? Because you said the primary school was up to like year 5 or something.
Yep.
And then did you have to travel it to a different school for?
Yeah, we had some like it was probably a kilometer from my village, but some villages probably would walk probably 5 k's.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did you have to walk to school?
I had to walk to school after, like every day we would go in the morning for
Yep.
1 kilometer.
Yep.
And then come back.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not like Australia that the parents would drop us off or come back. Now we'll just go all the kids together and just go talking.
As one group.
Yeah, one group, and go to school, and when it's finished, we come back.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
From a and like back then was there actual roads or was it dirt roads or?
Dirt roads.
So
Yeah,
you're just
dirt
walking
roads.
along
Yeah,
the
you're
dirt
just
roads.
walking on a dirt roads. We wouldn't use the proper dirt roads which was for like
The cars. and
for
things.
cars and that. We
Yep.
would just do a shortcut. Like in the middle, there will be like small dirt streets.
Yep.
Yeah, so we
You're
just
cutting through.
Yeah, just cutting through, and
Yep.
yeah.
And
So,
when at school, like, did you guys have to bring food from home or did you guys have food there or what? How did?
probably we take some money with us.
Yep.
And just have something in like recess or something.
Yep.
But then, because the school, I remember would finish like 12:30.
Yep.
Or maximum 1 o'clock, and then we come back home and just have lunch at home.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Wow. Okay. And then, so you mentioned in after high school,
Yeah.
you went to the college or something in
I went to Karachi.
Karachi.
I went to Karachi for like year 12. So I
Yep.
did my year 12 in Karachi.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Karachi, totally different story.
Yep.
So a bus or a small mini bus.
Yep.
You just jump in right next to your house, and then just go to college and
Yep.
then come back. So
And was that so? Going to Karachi, was that the same? Like, did all your family do that? All your siblings?
no,
do
I
that?
just so one of my uncle was living in Karachi,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so I moved into their house.
Okay.
So I went to their house, and I would stay with them.
Yep.
Live in their house, and yeah. So my brother talked to one of my cousin.
Yep.
Which he was a doctor.
Yep.
So I went to Karachi
Mhm.
for study,
Mm-hmm.
and after school I would go and help him in his clinic as well. He was
Okay.
running a clinic.
Yep.
So that's what basically I went there.
And like, did your parents ever say, this is the direction they want you to go, or what did they sort of say to you?
It was more my older brother.
Yep.
Because he did probably he was the one he was the one in the whole probably village that he did his degree maybe.
Yep.
He passed year 14.
Yep.
And yeah, so he was a bit educated.
Yep.
The rest of the family, like my dad and mom, were not like educated,
Yep.
so they wouldn't have that much clue. But
Yep.
my brother would have told them that we want
Yeah.
wanted to.
And so, do you remember what your parents did for work? Like, were they working, or how did they make ends meet?
My father spent some time in Karachi, So he was working there.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father went to Saudi Arabia as well for a couple of years
Okay.
for work.
Yep.
So-
What did he do for work? Do you know?
Not the Saudi Arabia one,
Mm-hmm.
but he was working when he was in Karachi in a port.
Okay. In the
Yeah,
port.
so he was working. I don't know exactly the position of him, what
Mm.
he was working, but he was working in the port.
Yep.
So yeah, and then he lived there probably for quite a while in Karachi.
Yep.
And then he came back to village.
Okay.
So, and the Karachi story was like they were all born in the village.
Yep.
And then one of my uncle went to Karachi for work.
Yep.
And then when he got married, so he moved all his kids and everyone down there.
To
They
Karachi.
all born there in Karachi. And then my other two uncles stayed in the village, but then my dad was the youngest one, so he went down there as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, but then my uncle stayed there, but my dad came back to the village
Okay.
and he built his own house and we all started living in there.
Yep. Okay. So, I guess, had you been, before you went to Karachi to study,
Yeah.
had you been there before? Like, was it, so Karachi as a city would have been much bigger than your village, correct?
Yeah, it's the biggest city you can say in Pakistan.
Yep.
And it's far away from the village as well. Probably back then, for a drive, probably back then would take like 27 hours.
27
20
hours.
hours. It's right towards the, so we are like at one end and
Yep.
Karachi is at the other end of
Yep.
Pakistan.
Wow.
Yeah. So Karachi is the main city and was the main city
Back then.
back then.
Yep.
Like if people wanted to go and make money, so they would go to Karachi because there's a lot of businesses.
Yeah, more
If they want
opportunity.
more opportunities,
Yep.
study wise, work wise, and probably standard of life as well.
Mm.
So people would just go to Karachi,
Yep.
Yeah. So
And so, what were you studying when you were in Karachi?
I did my year 12.
Yep.
And after year 12, I did general nursing.
General nursing.
Yes.
Okay.
So by profession, I'm a nurse.
Yep.
Yeah. So I did. I finished my degree down there.
Yep.
I did nursing job for like 5-6 months there as well,
Okay.
and I did some nursing job here in Australia as well.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, how did the opportunity to come to Australia come up?
Well, back then, what happened that Pakistan is a developing country, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So there's not there's not much opportunities to
Yep.
you know what I'm saying. People wanted to go to a developed country, go and like
Yeah.
for better life,
Mm.
money,
Yep.
whatever you call it.
Yep.
One of my cousin, he went to UK
Mm-hmm.
and he was a nurse.
Yep.
So I'm talking about nursing in UK, in Australia, or in Pakistan.
Yep.
So back then, I'm talking like 2009 or 10. 2005 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in Pakistan,
Yep.
your salary per month would be like $50,
Wow.
right?
Yep.
Per month.
Yep.
But the same job, if you go to a developed country like UK, Australia,
Yep.
you make like $3,000.
Yep.
So it's big difference.
Yep.
So what the trend happened that the guys would do nursing
Yep.
and apply for a job overseas,
Okay.
like UK,
For I guess
Canada,
skilled migration,
skill
right?
migration. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So when he did that, and I was still in doing my year 12, so it was in my mind already that I'm gonna go do nursing,
Yep.
and then go and find a
try
job
and find a job.
overseas.
Yep.
So that was the motivation behind.
Yep.
Behind that.
Behind that, yep.
And when I was doing all this nursing and all that, I wanted to go to UK basically, but
Yep.
I don't know how I ended up
in
here.
Australia.
Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
So then, like who organised the ticket for you, or what happened there? Like,
Well, what happened that so when I finished my degree, I got a job in like one of the best hospital
Yep.
in Pakistan.
Yep.
Liaquat National Hospital. So I met different friends. Then you meet professional people, So I was working in the emergency ward, and then I met a few friends, and I met this guy. He became my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met him, so his brother actually went to UK as well,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
But then something went wrong between the brothers,
Okay.
and then they had another brother as well.
Yep.
And he said, I wanted to send my brother to UK, but I don't talk to my brother anymore. So I want to send him to Australia.
Yeah.
and his visa is in process. And there's an agent in Karachi in
Who
this
organises
place, and
Yep.
he applies a visa for you, and he does all the documentation and all that.
Yep.
And then if you get the visa, you get the visa. If not, then
Yep.
you know. And his brother got the visa.
Okay.
So when his brother got the visa, he came to Australia, and then the guy who came to Australia, he became my friend as well.
Yep.
So I would talk to him from Pakistan, or
Yep.
like Yahoo or Messenger, some kind of messenger, you know.
Yep. Yep.
So I was talking to him, and then he got me, and just apply, you know, it's good here, the life is good, you can make more money. If you want to study, you can do good study, the standard of life is better, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how I ended up here. And then his brother in Pakistan took me to this agent.
Yep.
And he organized all my, so basically he told me that I cannot come here as a skill migration.
Okay.
But he said to me that if I go as a student, so it's better that I do a bit of more study as well.
Yep.
And then later on, if I find a job, then where I find the job, they will sponsor me, and then I can get my PR and whatever, you know.
Yeah. So the education system in Pakistan, did you guys learn English, or were you guys what was the
So
the
now
name
it's
of the local language, right? Like, is it
yeah,
Pakistani?
Urdu it's called. The national language is Urdu. So Pakistan has got 4 provinces, right?
Yep.
So 4 provinces, and each province has got their own language.
Okay.
So we call, like, KPK is they speak Pashto there. Like 95% or maybe 99% of people speak Pashto. Then we go to another province. It's called Punjab. So people speak Punjabi there.
Yeah.
If you go to Sindh, where
Yep.
Karachi is,
Yep.
people speak Sindhi. And there's another province is called Balochistan. People speak Balochi there.
Okay.
So there's 4 languages there already.
Yep.
And then we have one national language, which is called Urdu. Urdu. URDU.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone would like sort of know 2 languages,
Okay.
you know.
So what did you speak? You spoke
I
Urdu and
spoke
you
Pashto when I was,
Pashto and-
right?
Yep.
And then when I went to Karachi,
Yep.
so there was a lot of Pathan people there, which they speak Pashto, but you have to speak Urdu to you know,
Communicate with
communicate
the other
with everyone
ones.
in that, because I went to another state, like you
Yep.
call it a state. It's
Yep.
I went to another province.
Yep.
So then we learned Urdu there as well. But as in regards to English, what I remember when I did my year 5,
Yeah.
right? So when I went to the high school, and then I remember till now, this teacher, when we went, I think we were like 15 people or 10 people, kids.
Yep.
So we went there, and the teacher asked who can say A, B, C to Z.
Yeah.
And I was the only person, which I said I knew A, B, C, D till Z, right?
Yep.
And then the teacher got very happy. Oh, this is a kid from that village, you know? And
Yep.
and apparently the kids, they were sitting there already from other villages and from the same school.
Yep.
There was only one person to read out ABC from A to Z. So there was the English from till year 5. So
Yep.
there was basically 0 English.
Yep.
But now, like, the second language, you can call it like English, you know,
Yep.
in schools and even like in the offices, people use it and all that.
Mm.
So, but back then it was like this. And then when I was doing like from year 5 to year 10, there would be one English subject.
Yeah.
We will talk the teacher will talk in our own mother language, Pashto,
Yep.
but we would have one English subject.
Mm.
So we'll just basically reading and writing and, you know, question answers and stuff like that.
Yep.
But even when we are attending the English subject,
Yep.
the teacher will still speak in the Pashto language.
Yeah. So they speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that
then, it'd just be, you'd sort of, you know, they'd be explaining everything in Pashto
In
and
Pashto.
then trying to say sentences in
correct.
English.
Yes. So
Yep.
when he's reading from the book, of course he's reading English.
Yep.
But when he's explaining it to us,
Yep.
he's explaining it to us in like Pashto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was basically the English till year 10.
And I guess between Pashto and Urdu, is there any similarities in the language, or is it like
Not completely
Completely
different. Not even a word.
not even a word?
Not even a word, yeah. So Urdu and Pashto totally different.
Wow.
Totally different, yeah.
Okay.
So
And like do the between the provinces, is there much difference in terms of, like, say, you know, the facial features of the people? Like, do their people look significantly different, or like
you can differentiate them, like when we see them, especially the get up as well, like the dresses
maybe
and
from
all
the
that.
clothes,
Yeah,
yeah,
from the
yeah.
clothes and all that.
Yeah.
You can say that we especially us, because we born there, we live there, we can
Yeah.
tell straight away. But
Yeah.
for example, if you go there,
Yeah.
you will start knowing, like
That's-
after 5-6 months, you will know as well that
Yeah. Okay.
like when I
who's-
came here, like
Yeah.
everyone was like, to me, everyone was Aussie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well,
Yeah.
anyway, they're
Well,
Aussies. but,
Asians all look same.
you
So
know what I'm saying?
that's common. So
So
yeah.
yeah, but slowly you get to know that.
Yeah.
You know.
So then, what about when you were studying nursing there? Did you have to learn English then, or how did you start to develop your English further?
Yes. So when the nursing is like when then we learning professional. You know. So after year 12, so we did year 12 so after year 10, when you go to year 12, year 11, back then, what was the option for us? You want to study in English or you want to study in Urdu?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
I myself took Urdu because
Yeah.
I studied from year 1 to year 10 in Pashto, and then
Yeah, it's so much.
you know, it's so much. So I took, but a lot of people they, what do you call it? They took Urdu. Now that equation is out. Like some schools from even class 1 they start English.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
So now there is nothing such like that you want to take Urdu or English.
Yep. So now
So
you
it's
just
all
it's trying
English.
to force people.
Yeah. So I did year 12 even in Urdu.
Yep.
But when I went to start nursing,
Mm.
so we start learning a bit more about English, and the teacher would talk in English. You know,
Mm.
we had a special English class.
Mm.
You know, so yeah,
Okay.
that's how we learned.
Yep.
Up there.
Yep.
And then obviously when you go overseas, so you have to pass a test, IELTS.
Yep. IELTS. Yep.
Yeah. So then when you're going overseas, obviously you start learning more. So
Yeah.
you can pass the test.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So a couple of things I want to ask. You know, is when you were at school there, was there any like any such thing as bullying in your schools over there?
Not from year 1 to 5. No, nothing.
Nothing.
I can't remember, and
Yep.
I don't think there was anything like that.
Yep.
But I remember a little bit in like high school.
Mm-hmm.
A little, but there was like probably 2%.
2%.
2%.
And what was the bullying related to? Was it because is there much difference in social classes in Pakistan?
Not really. Now there is.
Yep.
Now there is, but back then, I don't think so, because there's like it's the differences comes like if someone is going to like private school and one is going into like just a government school and things like that.
Yep. Yep.
But back then we were all going to government school. There was no such thing, even a
Yeah.
private school,
Yeah.
in our area. But only just maybe the bullying. I remember that the boys, they were from that village where the high school was.
Yeah.
They would bully a little bit the guys they're coming from
The
the
villages.
peripheries, from
Yeah.
the villages.
Yeah.
So they probably bully a little bit these, not much,
Yep.
but there was the only thing I remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not much bullying or anything
Anything
like
like
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to ask you this. So, you know, when you, I guess, decided, you know, okay, you're going to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Did you tell your parents, or what was the conversation like? Did you have to say, hey?
Yeah,
leaving.
I had to tell them.
Yep.
Not to my parents, but my brothers.
Your brothers, yep.
Yeah. And because you need money to go to Australia, especially on a student visa.
Yep.
Right. So I had to tell them that I want to apply for a student visa to Australia.
Yep.
To go for studies.
Yep.
And then hopefully, when I finish my studies, I'll get a job, and then
See what happens.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And so my brothers sent me some money, and then my cousins helped me as well. They gave me some money.
Yep.
I had to lend some money from the bank as well
Okay.
back home.
Mm.
Yeah. So and applied for my student visa.
Yep.
Through that agent, and I got the visa.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have to buy a plane ticket, right? Like.
Yeah, the plane ticket was, and when I got the visa, literally I had all the money finished.
Yep.
And the money which we had in the bank, the process was that you couldn't touch that money because that was just for your education. And the government, I think now that's the same thing, but back then, that how they give you the visa, that you would show money in the bank. I got. So if you apply for 2 years visa, you would have covered your 2 years expenses.
Okay.
In school fee, living, all that. If you show them that money, I got that money, and I'm gonna go and apply in this course or whatever. And they would give you visa. If you wouldn't show the funds in your bank, like you
They
say,
wouldn't grant
they
you the
wouldn't say,
visa.
okay, so if you can apply still for the visa,
Yep.
that I'm going to study in Australia, but then they're gonna ask you where's your funds.
Yeah.
And when I applied, they asked me so many questions that where's this money came from, this, like. But I basically just was lucky that I got the visa.
Yeah.
You can call it.
Yeah. So then how did you scrounge the money to go for the plane?
Well, I rang my brother. I said, man, I got the visa, and obviously I'm going to Australia. So just send me some money to buy the ticket. And he sent me the money.
That's nice.
And bought the ticket. So and the drama, all the drama started from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So he bought me the ticket. Then I got no spending money. Like I had literally $300 when I came to Australia.
Yeah.
$300. And that money I finished in one day.
Yeah.
So when I came to Australia.
So, okay, hang on. Before we get into how you spent your $300, so did you already have a place at a university when you...
Yes, so I remember which college was it. So the agent got me admission in Cambridge International College. I remember I was in the city. So he got me admission down there.
Yep.
And so it was called COE. So he got me the confirmation of enrollment in that college. So once you get that, then you show the fund to the immigration department. So you get that first.
Yep.
To get that, you have to pay them the fee.
Yep.
For that term.
Yep.
1 year or maybe 6 months. I can't remember how much I paid.
Yep.
So I paid that fee. We got the COE, and then we applied for the immigration process.
Yep.
For the immigration, you have to have money for the visa fee, the agent, and then you have to have enough funds in your bank
to show that you can
to
survive.
show that I'm going to survive in Australia.
Yep.
The thing was, the $300 I had, I brought it with me. I paid for all the fee and everything, but I didn't have any money to live here.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, like I was so innocent that I didn't know that. Like I just came to Australia. I didn't know what's going to happen there, where I'm going to live.
Yep.
The living thing I had sorted out because that friend, the one he got me into, he was living here, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, you come in and we'll do this and we'll do that." So he gave me all that thing.
So when you got on the plane, was that the first time you've ever been on a plane?
First time. The first time. Even what happened that I was so excited when I got the visa. I tell you that, right? So the agent rang me in the morning. You got your visa.
Yep.
Okay. And when I told all the family, everyone is like, excited, my cousins and everyone. I'm that excited. I rang my agent. I want to go today. Like
really?
Without, And anyway, and I was excited a bit because of that it was December, right?
Yeah.
And this agent was telling me, because the agents, they catch you.
Yeah.
Because they got money. Later on, I found out that what they do, so they charge you for the processing of your file.
Yep.
They charge you big money. Back then, I think they charged me like 50,000 rupees.
Yep.
Which is $500, but it was big money back then.
Yeah.
When I was coming to Australia, as I said, I was a nurse there, right?
Yep.
My monthly salary was 7,000 rupees, which is $700. So if someone is earning $700 a month, right? And the guy is charging you 50,000.
Yeah.
So you cannot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's big money.
Yeah,
so he get money off you there.
Yep.
And then later I found out that whatever fee you pay to the college, they have got commission in that as well.
Ah, okay.
So they trick you. Like how he tricked me. He said, "Oh, it's December and there's Christmas time there, and like the businesses are boost." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there's a lot of work there. You can go and do some work and make yourself money, and then before you go to your college, because your college will be starting in January or February.
Yep.
So you will have some money with you.
Yep.
But like 23-year-old, never been out of the country.
Yep.
It's just only talking, hearing other people, or this in Australia, it's this and that, you know.
Yep.
So, and I told the guy that I'm gonna go today.
Yep.
Anyway, I think we booked the flight the next day.
Yep.
The next day, we basically
The next day. So
And
what did you pack? What did you bring?
I went shopping that day,
Yeah.
and I got the visa, and I had that friend of mine was with me,
Yep.
and basically whatever money I had, I did shopping, like buy myself like clothes,
Yep.
shoes,
Yeah.
all that things, right? And we booked the ticket, and what happened that because my visa when when I applied the visa, and by the time I got the visa, it took more than 6 months. So in the meantime, that enrollment I had, that was cancelled.
Yep.
So I booked the ticket, and then when I told the agent that, yeah, we booked the ticket, I'm going tomorrow. And then 2 hours later, she rang me that you can't go because your COE is expired.
Oh no.
And when you go to the airport, what is going to happen if you don't have your confirmation of enrollment?
Yeah.
You cannot go. They won't let you go.
Yep.
You know? And then the drama started there.
Okay.
And then I said, what do we do now? Anyway, I booked a ticket. I can't do anything. Like, we paid for it.
Yeah.
And then I told her, do something. I have booked a ticket.
Yeah.
I paid the money.
You already paid the money.
I have to
You're
go.
gonna get on the plane. Yeah.
And then and there was time difference as well. I think when I was talking to her, this was like probably 12 o'clock or something.
Yep.
In Australia, it would be like about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And she goes to me, the college is like, we cannot even contact the college because they're closing
After
now,
hours,
you
it's
know?
closing, yeah.
Yeah. But the good thing was that when I came to Australia, then I found out that our college was in the evening. So the college was actually open. And they issued me a new COE, and
okay.
yeah, it was all sweet to come in.
Go.
Yeah.
So okay, you first time ever leaving the country. You get on the plane.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? What was the experience like? Was the takeoff smooth? Was it?
Mate, it was completely blank.
Yep.
You call it like scared.
Yep.
And you call it like what do you call it? Plus excited.
Yep.
You know, that drama finished.
Yep.
The COE drama. I think I came through Bangkok, right?
Yep.
I got no idea.
Okay.
So I got off the plane.
Yep.
In Bangkok.
Yep.
I cleared the transit.
Customs or whatever,
Transit,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
And I got to get a plane. I think it was Cathay Pacific back then.
Okay.
And I got to catch like to come to Australia from Bangkok.
Yep.
So there was a big line. I saw a big line.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking,
That's where you gotta go.
this you gotta go. And then it was so big, I cannot explain it to you. Like, I got tired. Probably more than 1 hour I was in the line
Yep.
to get to the desk.
Okay.
And when I got to the desk, I showed them, I don't know if it was a lady or a man.
Yep.
I showed him my boarding pass.
Yep.
I showed him, oh, you are in the wrong area.
Yeah.
So you got to go to gate number this, that, you know?
Yeah. Whatever.
And
it is.
then
Yep.
and then I went from there to there. And when I went there, like, the boarding was already started because I spent
so many hours.
2 hours, nearly
waiting-
2 hours
waiting at the other
down
line.
there. And
Yep.
then, you know,
Yep.
but luckily I caught the plane.
Yep.
So jumped in the plane. While I was in Pakistan, I spoke, the friend I had here.
Yeah.
He told me, "No, don't worry, you come in."
Yeah.
And I said, "Ma, what's your address?" So I didn't write it down. He told me the address because he told me that, "Don't worry, I'll be at the airport."
Yep.
I gave him the flight details. I'll be there and I'll pick you up and it's all sweet. And we go home and all that.
Yep.
So got off the plane in Sydney,
Yep.
came out, waiting there 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. No one is
turns
there,
up.
right? But the good thing was that he gave me his mobile number.
Okay.
Plus he gave me his house number.
Okay.
I'm from the booth. I'm ringing this guy.
Yep.
He's not answering.
Oh no.
Not answering at all. So he answered the phone, right? And he goes, "Mate, my boss didn't give me
Time
a
off.
day off."
Yeah.
So I said, "What do I do now? Mate, I'm already here 3 hours, 4 hours. Like, you should have told me, you know?"
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes, "Mate, just he's telling me to go this, and you catch a cab and then tell him you're going to Lakemba, 47 Collins Street."
Yeah.
I got in the plane and in the cab
Yep.
going to Lakemba,
Yep.
47 Collins Street. So the cabbie dropped me up. I paid him, I think $47
Yep.
out of the $300.
Yep.
So that was 37, I think. It was 33. whatever dollars I gave him.
Yeah.
He dropped me off there. I got my bag out, knocked the door. This Aussie lady comes out. I said, mate, Abdus is there. No, it's not Abdus' house. It's
Oh no, you're at the wrong place.
wrong place. The good thing was that the cabbie was still standing there.
Yeah.
So when she told me that, I went back to the cabbie. I said, mate, I need to use your phone because the lady is saying that, it's not the house. And what did you do? Like, you dropped me off at the wrong place. What's going on? Anyway, I rang my friend.
Yep.
This guy even charged me for the phone as well.
Oh, wow.
I remember.
Yep.
This guy charged me for the phone. I think it was $5 or something.
Oh, wow.
He said, you're making a phone call from my phone.
Yeah.
And he charged me. I gave him the money. Anyway, he couldn't, like, he still charged me. He couldn't, my friend didn't pick up the phone.
Oh, no.
All right. So I'm just standing there.
Yep.
Anyway, I found a booth there.
Yeah.
So I went, start ringing, not the mobile, because when he doesn't pick up, that's how the cabbie charged me, because my friend didn't pick up, but he said he still lost money from the phone, right? So he charged me. Probably he didn't pick up, went to voicemail, which I, And so not ringing his mobile phone, but I ringing his house. And this guy, his mate, he was living with him, he picked up the house phone.
Yeah.
And I said to him, Madam, I just came from Pakistan, and he told me that he's going to pick me up, but he's at work. And he was ex-cabbie, that guy. So he said, where are you? I said, mate, I'm just, this cabbie dropped me off here at Lakemba. And the lady said, no, it's 47 Collins Street. No, it's not the house.
Yeah.
So he told me to give him some signs where I'm standing and all that. I showed him the names, and he goes to me, you are at Belmore. So the guy dropped me off.
Place.
Different suburb. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, he told me, because he was a cabbie, he told me, go this, and there will be cabs down there, and then catch a cab, tell him you're going to 47 Collins Street, Lakemba.
Yeah.
And then he took me home.
Yeah.
So I think it was like 7 o'clock.
Yep.
I came to Sydney.
Yep.
And I reached home probably 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was the story coming into Sydney. First day in Sydney.
And you've already blown like probably $100.
Yeah. Well, you can say that much money is blown up already.
Yeah.
And I had $300.
Yeah. So
already, the money is going.
Yeah.
And I can feel already that it's not going to be easy, So yeah.
So then what was your after that, I'm sure you probably just had a rest, had a shower and woke up.
I think I didn't even had a shower, because I was that exhausted.
Yeah.
Whole day here in the plane and all that. I just went straight to plane.
Yep.
And then my friend came and he woke me up, and then
Yeah.
So I think it was in the evening when he came back from work. He woke me up. I had a shower. I was that exhausted that I didn't even change my clothes. I just went to the bed and slept. I slept.
Yeah.
So he woke me up, and then he took me to Lakemba, the streets.
Yeah.
Lakemba marketplace, like the markets.
Yep.
So he bought me a phone.
Yep.
He bought me a SIM card.
Yep.
He put $50 in there.
Yep.
And that's probably another $100 gone.
Yep.
And then we came home. There was like four guys living in the house.
Yeah.
So he charged me for the bond money. Okay. And then he charged me advance in rent.
Yep.
$300 gone. Left. I got no money left whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the scare in my heart, like already I'm like, when you have that scary thing happening, anxiety started. Yeah. From that day.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do? Like, you new in the country, you never been out from I went out from house into another city, but not to an international.
Yeah.
And then you don't know anyone.
Yeah, that's right. So then did you start looking for work, or what was the plan from there?
Well, this guy, the friend of mine, he was working in a car wash.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he listened to this podcast later on.
Yeah.
He was a bit greedy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't even take me to the same car wash where he was working.
Oh, what? So he was working at a car wash and he took you to a different car wash.
No, he didn't take me to that car wash.
Yeah.
But what happened that he took me from Lakemba to King George's Road.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And he told me this is King George's Road.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was King George's Road was next to on Lakemba, probably 2 minutes walk, and then we up to King George's Road. Yep. So he goes to me, this is the next day in the morning when he's going to work.
Yeah.
He told me King George's Road, you go all the way on this road on one side, and if you see a car wash or a car yard or anything, you ask him for work.
Yeah.
Right? So what I got no money.
Yeah.
One thing I remember when we got, because we were living in a unit there, right? When we came down, so he's telling me all these stories. You got this,
Yeah.
and we walking right next to each other. And
Yeah.
that night, a little bit rain, so the floor is a bit wet.
Yeah.
The grass are wet. Everything.
Yeah.
We walking, and I saw $20 note
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
So me and him, probably me 20 second before I saw the note,
Yeah.
and he saw it probably 2 seconds later, right?
Yeah.
So my hand went before, like he went down as well, but I went down as well, but I got the note.
You got the note before him. Yeah.
And that day he told me, and even later on for next 5-6 years,
Yeah.
he used to tell me that the day you came here, like you were so lucky that you found that $20,
Yeah.
and you've been making so much money now. He was like putting that on the table every day. You know what I'm saying?
Holding it against you.
Yeah. So back to this. So he told me to go on King George's Road
Yeah.
and go to every car yard, anything you see, factory, whatever,
Yeah.
and you
Ask for work.
ask for work. So I went all the way King George's Road, and where King George's Road meet Hume Highway, I turned left there. And I'm asking and going. I couldn't.
Were you walking or were
Or
you
walking.
walking?
He told me to walk.
So hang on. So you got to King George's Road.
Yeah,
You would have turned
left.
towards the Hume Highway.
Correct.
You walk straight down
All
to
the way.
all the way to the Hume Highway.
So where I went, I stopped at Best Hill.
Oh wow.
Probably how many Ks is this? Like
Oh,
if someone tell me now that I want to give you $200 and
Yeah.
go from Lakemba to there,
Yeah.
walking, I wouldn't do it.
it's
You
a
know what I'm
long
saying?
walk. That's a
So
very
that's
long
that stress and that worry because I got no money.
Yeah.
And anyway, I asked everyone,
Yep.
nothing.
Mm.
Came home in the afternoon. All right, so came home in the afternoon. He came when he finished work. He came home. Did you find anything? I said, no. I asked everyone and gave my number
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone said if they need anyone, they will bring me
call it.
back.
Yep.
And then the next day, he told me he sent me to Strathfield
Mm.
by train. And he told me to walk on Parramatta Road.
Okay.
So I walked that day on Parramatta Road
Yeah.
and gave my number basically and couldn't find anything.
Yep.
The third day, and this guy was working on Hume Highway somewhere in the car wash, but he skipped that. He showed me the way that
To all the other ways.
All
but
the other- not
to
that car
way.
wash. I remember exactly now where he was working. He was working right on the right hand side
Yep.
when the King George's met Hume Highway.
Yeah.
So he was working at the car wash
Yeah,
there.
on
But then
that
he
one,
told
yeah.
me when you reach there, you go left.
Yeah.
If I would have gone right, I
You
would
would've
have seen
come
him
to
in
the
the
car
car
wash.
wash.
Yep.
Anyway, the third day, he told me to go on Hume Highway again.
Yeah.
I went all the way to Yaguna.
Yeah.
The third day, I remember now how to use trains and all that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go walking because if I go train, I just maybe see a couple of
Places. Yeah, you don't see everything.
not see everything.
Yeah.
So I reached. There was a car wash in Yaguna,
Yep.
right? So there's Lebanese guys there on the car wash.
Yep.
Nice guys.
Yep.
Very nice guys. So I asked him, I'm looking for work, and they said, yeah. Have you done work before? I said, no, man, I'm fresh. Like third
Yeah,
day
I
in
just come
Australia.
here.
Yeah. So the guy told me, do you want to give us some training?
Yeah.
Like we'll test you if you're good and then we give you work. I said, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Put my bag away and started washing cars.
Yep.
Put me straight in the wash bay and I did 3 hours.
Yep.
And after 3 hours, this guy, his name was Sam. So he called me, Mate, it's all right. Your training is finished.
Yep.
So you're doing good. If we need you, we'll give you a call. He took my number.
Yep.
And then I jumped in the train, went to Lakemba back. I was hungry, so I didn't even know where to food and all that. I got some fruit for myself, banana and apple and all that. And I was sitting down there eating. I got their phone call. And who is this? He said, oh, I'm the guy who just worked with us in the car wash.
Yeah.
We just got busy if you want to come back and give you, I said, yeah, I'm in the next train.
Yeah.
So I jumped in the train again
Yep.
at Lakemba, went to Yaguna, started working, probably worked for 3-4 hours.
Yep.
And that's how I started working in the car wash.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, when did so you would have started working there, and then after, because that would have been December, right?
Yeah.
So a couple of months later, you were meant to go to uni.
Yep.
Yep. So
Yeah.
then, so how did you balance that out?
The uni was in, what do you call it, in the evening.
Okay.
So when I went for my orientation, they call it.
Yep.
So you go in the daytime, and then So what they do, like some people come late, some people come early. Some depends on their visas, right? So if you go early, you can get to choose the evening classes or diet classes, whatever suit you.
Yep.
So I got to choose the evening classes because the boys told me like choose the evening classes because you can work in the daytime 20 hours.
Yep.
And so I choose the evening classes, and I started working in the car wash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, okay. So, how long was your course for? So, how many years did you have to study that?
I came in a course related to nursing.
Yep.
Well, my plan was basically to do nursing.
Yeah.
So do more in nursing. It was community services.
Mm.
So it was a branch of nursing, right?
Yep.
So to do nursing like a community thing.
Mm.
So, but when I did, and I was, in the same time, I'm looking for my permanent residency as well. So I have to get permanent in Australia as well.
Yep.
So when I came here, and then I found out from the guys that the course I am doing, even if I do the whole thing, I will not be able to apply for a permanent residence.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what I did, I changed after 6 months.
Yep.
I changed the course.
Okay.
So I went to cookery.
Cookery?
Yeah, like
to cooking.
yeah, cooking.
Cooking.
They used to call that
Cookery.
certificate cookery, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to that, and but so while I'm doing cookery,
Yeah.
it was a 2 years course.
Yeah.
While I'm about to finish that, they took that off the permanent residency list as well.
Oh no.
So when I was doing that, it was in the list. So if
Yeah.
you do cookery,
Yep.
you can apply for your permanent residency.
Yep.
So when I probably 1.5 year,
Yep.
they took it off. So all the students they were doing that.
Yep.
Of course, they wanted to learn as well, but the main thing was that how to get
Check
your
your
permanent
visa.
residency.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you extend your visa and all
Yeah.
that. So they took out that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then, what did you?
So when I was doing the community services course,
Yep.
I did it for 6 months.
Yep.
So when I did this, the first semester, they gave me a certificate,
Yep.
assistant in nursing,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
It was because the course was related to nursing.
Yep.
So when I got that course, I got to get a job in an agency. Like I could do not a full in charge nurse.
Mm-hmm.
To do a full in charge nurse in Australia, even if you have done nursing overseas, you have to apply for. You have to pass the exams, or you have to
Registered
have
nurse.
registered nurse, right?
Yep.
But I got to get working in assistant in nursing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started job in nighttime, like in the hospitals as well.
Yep.
It was not through the hospital, but through agency.
Yep.
So I registered myself with the agency.
Yep.
So when they used to get the shift, they would ring us to go to this hospital, go to that hospital.
Okay.
So I got to get working in Concord Hospital. We went to Prince of Wales. I did some shifts in Prince of Wales as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did you stop working in the car wash to do this work, or are you still working?
No,
in the
I was still working there.
Okay.
So car wash was still going.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason,
Yeah.
car wash was just, I loved it. So I was just keep doing that.
Yeah.
There was,
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing was that where the person who gave me the job,
Yep.
after 2 weeks, they sold the car wash.
Oh wow.
And the new owners came in.
Yep.
And they loved me.
Okay.
So they basically, after 5-6 months, they gave me the whole car wash, like you run it.
Okay.
And I was a manager after 5-6 months.
Yep.
Improved my English straight away
Yeah.
and learned everything. And then, so like car wash was full-time job to me.
Yep.
And the other one, the nursing shift, I would do 1 or 2 shifts or probably,
Why do you think they, or what do you think about, like, why did they say to you, you run it? Like, what do you think it was about you that they liked?
I think I was like dead honest.
Yeah.
I would work like very, very hard, very hard. Like I remember till now. So what happened? I'll tell you this story. So the guy who gave me the job, right? They sold the car wash after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to speak or see that guy too much. But obviously he would observe me. He gave me the job. He was seeing my job,
Yeah.
So after 4 or 5 months, this guy came. I'm in the car wash. This guy comes in. I couldn't remember his face. That day was the previous owner. He was the guy who gave me the job. And he shook my hand. Oh, are you still working with 2 hands? I said, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So with the first day, when him and his brother was there, so
You used 2 hands.
I used to use 2 hands with the sponge, even in the wheels, one, 2 hands inside,
Yeah.
He's like, are you still working in 2 hands?
Yeah.
I said, man, I was still working the same thing.
Yeah.
So worked hard. being honest with them.
Yeah.
You know, in 5-6 months, I was running the whole car wash for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then in doing that, like, did you have, obviously you would have had other employees working for you, or how did it
The
sort of operate
employee
back then?
side, they would employ their own, like they would to
Hire their own
employ
people?
someone, they hire their own people. I was just managing the site.
Okay.
So work-wise, I would
Yep.
go and see the customers,
Oh,
check
okay,
the
okay.
job.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
there would be still someone, like there was a family-owned business.
Yep.
They would be still there, but I was just manager, kind of just the work.
Yeah.
They had a
managing the
cafe there. I had nothing to do with the cafe. I had nothing to do with collecting money or anything from the
customer.
customer.
Yep.
So I was just in charge of work.
Yep.
So manage workers.
Yep.
Whatever workers they give me. So I want to put a couple of people at the vacuum area, a couple in the washing area, and a couple in the drying area.
Yep.
You know, so I was in charge of that. Like I was managing that site.
So then, how did you get your visa then? So like your permanent residency. So if they removed you, you went to cookery.
Yeah,
They removed cookery.
Remove cookery. So this is a couple of years later, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still on student visa.
Okay.
I had 2 years visa
Yep.
when I was coming from Pakistan,
Yep.
and then when I finished, then I got visa through cookery.
Yep.
Another 2 years.
Yep.
So this is 4 years.
Yep.
Right. In this 4 years, I was managing a car wash for them.
Yep.
Right. So I'm managing the car wash. Everything is going good. We went up to, I can't believe how I did it now. Like I got my own car wash now.
Yeah.
Right. We were doing 120 cars a day.
A day.
Like
Hey.
customers best.
So okay, let's think about this. So let's say a work day is meant to be 8 hours.
Yeah.
And you're doing 120. So what's that? 120 by 8. So it's like 12 to 14 cars an
In
hour.
an hour. Yeah. We would have like 10 to 15 guys.
Yep.
Right. The record was 147 cars we did on one Sunday.
Wow.
147 cars.
That's a lot of cars.
A lot of cars. I can't even believe that how we did that.
Yep.
You know?
But was it okay, here's a question for you, because I'm a bit curious about this.
Yeah.
You know, when you do that sort of volume and you've got a whole team there that, you know, everybody would have been pretty pumped, right? Like
mate.
energy. There's a lot of energy in the area because it's
What
like
it
there's
was-
so much volume, right?
What it was, I'm talking like 2009, right?
Yep.
2009, I think the recession came in as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 2008 and then 2009. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
It was the recession there, yeah? Mate, we would have so many people coming there was no jobs.
Yep.
All these people used to come,
Yep.
and everyone was so scared, like, oh, I want hard work.
Yeah.
That if I don't hard work, I'm going to lose my job.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people there waiting for jobs.
waiting for jobs. Yep.
And that's how we got through it.
Mm.
And and the amount of money they used to give us
Yeah.
back then.
Yep.
Mate, if I pay my workers that now,
Yep.
like I will be, I don't know, I would be in jail, or maybe it doesn't matter about the government or whatever. Like myself, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't feel comfortable.
No,
with
I
it.
wouldn't accept that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That like,
Yeah.
not even in question that one.
Yeah.
You know. So the guy who hired me, mate, there was no hourly rate. He was paying us weekly,
Yeah. Okay.
right? He was paying us weekly.
Yep.
So if you calculate, we were getting like $500 a week.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And working 70 hours.
Yeah.
We would work 10 hours
Yeah.
a day
Yeah.
and no day off.
Yeah.
This was for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Lucky the guy sold the car wash.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's not only me.
Yeah. Well,
everyone else.
I think that breaches a whole lot of ethical things.
You know what I'm
when
saying?
when you think about it from that perspective.
What
But-
could, like,
Yeah.
we had we don't know about the rules.
Exactly, because they're in a position of power in the sense that
Correct.
you know they own the business and they know that you guys can't really say much about it because you're on a student visa. Or
We
whatever the
didn't
case
know.
may be. You don't know what the rules are, right?
We didn't even know what like back then, if I remember now, what a tax file number is.
Yep. Yeah.
What is, like, we opened the bank account, but we didn't even know that the money has to come through bank. No cash. Like they used to give us cash money.
Yep.
You know, this is for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, and then even the other guy gave us some cash money as well.
Yep.
But he would, at least that guy would keep the record that I given this money that
Yep.
much. You know, the other guy was, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, like if you divide 70 hours on $500,
Yeah. It's not.
probably
Not-
$7 or something
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah.
And the pump thing you said, we were that pumped that sometime we would have lunch like 3 o'clock.
Yep.
So we would keep going
Yep.
unless there's no customers.
Yep.
If there's still customers, no one is allowed to go
Yeah,
here
you're
and
just
there.
going to keep going, right?
Keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
But okay, do you think that was then more of a fear-driven thing because you don't want to lose your job?
Well, man, if you don't have money,
Yep.
right? I'll tell you. I'll go back a bit. Go back to the first or second day.
Yep.
Right. I met this guy at Lakemba.
Yep.
So he's telling, I'm asking everyone for a job because I got no money. Right. So I met this guy. He goes to me, oh, I know some person that back then there was a scheme from the government that you go to houses and change the lights, so LED lights.
Okay.
So you know that before we had that the other lights, and then the government got this
grant or
scheme
something,
that if you put that that was for free.
Yep.
So the government would go to you for free, and you go and put them in the houses, and then they had this contract kind of thing. I can't remember the whole thing, but they were actually basically saving the electricity. So they were putting the savers everywhere, right?
Yep.
And he goes to me that if you put one light, they give you $1. And this guy told me that he went yesterday, he did 20.
Yeah.
So basically he made $20.
Yeah.
And I got myself like ready for it. $20, like
Yeah. Well,
at least I can eat something.
Yeah.
Or at least something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to that.
Yeah.
I went and got a job in the car wash.
Yeah.
You know?
Isn't it? I find that really, funny just from the perspective of like, expectations, right? Like, because you've come there, you've come to this new country and you basically got nothing.
Correct.
So, the expectation, for most people, they like a lot of people probably nowadays would expect, minimum of 20 an hour.
Correct.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
And
easy.
And here you are going, oh, well, then I've just got to change, X amount of light bulbs and to make this amount of money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then how did that, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about, how you sort of grew from that car wash and managing that car wash. Actually, I still haven't really worked out exactly how you managed to get your visa.
Okay. So I'm coming back to the visa and I'm coming to the business side of it as well.
Yep.
So that previous owner is gone. This new guy comes in.
Yep.
Right? New guy bought the car wash. We know that they're new owners.
Yep.
But they would be sitting inside the cafe. They had the big car wash, right?
Yep.
They had the glass. We couldn't see from outside to inside, but they would be sitting there watching all us.
Yep.
Not interfering anyone.
Yep.
Right?
Just watching.
Yep. And then after a week, they got us into the cafe, everyone, after we finished work, right? And then they said, what's your name, this, blah, blah, blah. And then they told us how many hours you working and like how much they were giving you. I was pretty new because I'd worked there only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But there was guys there working for like probably months.
Yeah, well.
You know?
Yep.
So I said, I worked there 2 weeks. They gave me $500, but I worked 7 days each week.
Yeah.
And I worked for 10 hours, 11 hours, whatever it was.
Yep.
And they got shocked.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So, yeah, that's what it was. And then they put us on a roster.
Okay.
Me, personally, I didn't even know what a roster was. Right? And the guy goes to me, you're going to have 2 days off. I said, man, I don't want to have a day off. Like, I just want to make money.
Yeah.
He said, no, you'll be making more money.
Yeah.
What you are getting now.
And you get 2 days
And you
off.
get 2 days off. I said, yeah, I'm laughing. Yeah. So they made a roster.
Yeah.
They would give every 2 people 2 days off.
Yeah.
We started get to know what a text file number is. They told us, mate, you're going to give us a text file number.
Yeah.
I don't know text file number.
What's that?
They told us to apply for a text file number.
Yeah.
You applied for text file number, gave them our bank details, all that kind of stuff. And working honestly, they're watching us,
Yeah.
and get to know with them very good, friendly. Break time, they would go give us chips, this, that.
Yep.
Give 2 people, like 2-3 people, turn voice.
Yep.
So even if there's customer, they'll go, you go on a break for 10 minutes, morning tea.
Yep.
When we come, another, like,
Yeah, it's proper.
started
It's
proper process, you know
proper
what I'm
business,
saying?
yeah.
Proper business. So, and then when it became proper business, so we having 2 days off, like energy is back, or 1 day off, energy is back. If we worked 14 days straight,
Yep.
whatever you
there's
do,
nothing
but there's
left.
nothing left, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you've burnt. Yeah.
proper, and then we started working harder than what we were doing before.
Yep.
And like interest is more because we're getting more money,
Yep.
you know? like it's a proper job now and better job. So you don't want to lose it now more than
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and we're working more harder for them, and then they loved us more.
Mm.
You know, and they in a couple of months they put me as a manager.
Yep.
You know, the guys are still my very good friend.
Yep.
They're the owners, the owners of the car wash. Very good friend of mine. We're gonna come to them later.
Yep.
And yeah, they put me as a manager, and they were basically they were partners,
Yep.
right? So there was an Aussie guy and a Lebanese fella.
Yep.
So they bought the car wash in partnership.
Yep.
And they had another guy manager as well.
Yep.
So he was basically managing the cafe and all that, you know, not involving in the
work.
car wash.
Yep.
I was managing that side.
Yep.
Yeah. So then what happened that the Aussie guy, he left the car wash. He sold his shares back to
Yep.
the Lebanese guy.
Yep.
Right. And then now, but we were getting looked after by the Aussie guy a lot. And his offsider, his manager, right?
Yep.
So, and they were running it very good as well. So as soon as they left, there's drama started at the car wash.
Yep.
You know,
It's all changing.
They were coming and, you know, starting to put pressure on us more, and, you know, all these kind of stuff. They hired different people, like cheaper people.
Yep.
You know, it was going back towards the other guy,
Yeah.
the previous owner.
Yeah.
It was going towards
Yeah.
what I was
What
seeing.
it was before.
Yeah. So what I was seeing, and then what happened that I quit the job.
Okay.
I quit the job. I said, "Mate, I can't do that."
Yep.
You know, like because we know the rules now.
Yep.
And all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
You know, and the main thing was we were not getting paid on time.
Yep.
When the Aussie guy left, right?
Yep.
So we were not getting paid on time, and, you know.
Yep.
And now, because now the expenses are more as well.
Yep.
You know, you have to pay fees, school fees, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And pay rent and all that. So I quit the job. I said, "Mate, I cannot do this anymore."
Yep.
And I went and started working for this guy in Addison, Sydney. He was a contractor, a detailing contractor.
Okay.
Right. So I started working for him.
Yep.
Everything is cool, making more money, 2 days off.
Yep.
You have your proper lunch break, proper system. You're working in a dealership, you know, like
proper system.
your boy's working for you.
Yep.
They have, you know what I'm saying? Set timing.
Yep.
You got this timing to this time.
Yep.
And proper position.
Mm.
You know, working there, I'm very happy. Started in the car wash, you just car washing, but learned their detailing as well.
Yep.
New cars, detailing new cars, used cars.
How to use the bath.
Yeah, bath, how to use
Chemicals.
the bath, chemicals.
Yep.
The good thing was that in the car wash, we were all Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, these guys, right?
Yep.
We used to talk in our own language.
Okay.
So we didn't get to improve our English at all. And I wanted to learn, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when I went to audition in Sydney, you get to see like people that only speak English.
Yep.
You got no choice. You got to speak to
develop
them.
your
now,
English. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So started improving English. So I loved it. I was working there.
Yep.
And in the meantime, what happened back at the car wash? That the car wash went down from 120 cars a day to like 40 cars a day, and they started ringing me.
Yeah.
And this guy probably didn't care about the money, but just about the business.
Yeah.
And just to a little bit about the owner, very rich guy.
Yep.
Owned back then probably 100 petrol station in Sydney.
Wow. Yep.
So he probably didn't care much about the money, but just about the business. And it was just like there wasn't
A hobby.
a hobby kind of thing, you know. They started ringing me to come back to manage the car wash. I said, "Mate, I love my job now.
Yep.
You know, it's Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday half day.
Yep.
You know, and getting good money. You know, we got respect here, and what do you call it? We get to see different people. You know, customers.
Customers. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
all sort of stuff. So they would ring me every day to come back, come back. So, but anyway, I was still working with that contractor.
Yep.
And I worked with him for nearly 1.5 years.
Yep.
And then like I'm full detailer.
Yep.
And know how the whole process of the dealership.
Yep.
So there's a new car department in there.
Yep.
Used car department, service department.
Yep.
What a contractor does, so he does new cars. New car goes to new cars department. There's a used car department.
Yep.
We do service, so customer come for service, you give them a complimentary wash.
Yep.
You know, that kind of stuff. I learned everything.
Yep.
Right? Stock cars,
Yep.
deliveries, you
Yep.
know, demos.
Yep.
Like learned the full stuff. And I know this guy is very connected. So if he owns 100 petrol stations,
Yeah.
and what he was doing, he was supplying fuel to most of the dealerships as well.
There you
So, you know,
go.
the dealer have their own
Yep.
tank inside,
Yep.
and fuel
And
tank.
he'd be supplying the fuel.
Yeah, he was. I knew that.
Yep.
So, and his son was ringing me to come. Anyway, one day I had a day off from my work, so I went and saw them, and his dad and this guy was sitting in the car wash. I said, "Man, I cannot work in this car wash, but let me tell you that I have got a new idea,
Yep.
which is a business idea,
Yep.
and I will tell you guys, if you guys have connections, just go and speak to someone and we start this business." What it is, I said, this contracting business in each dealership.
Yep.
They supply you place.
Yep.
They supply you chemicals. They supply you equipment.
Yep.
All you have to have is the knowledge what you're doing
Yep.
and manpower. And you do a contract with them.
Yep.
1 year contract, 2 years. Some people don't even do a contract. You just go like word of mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
And this guy grabs his phone, rings someone, and he goes to me, "Are you free this Saturday?" I say, "Yeah, every Saturday I go off." We're gonna go and see someone on Saturday.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So Saturday comes, I go to the car wash, we jump in his car,
Yep.
we go to Lanswell Holden.
Yep.
When we went to Lanswell Holden,
Yeah.
that Aussie guy, his partner,
Yep.
he was in the car wash.
Yep.
He's a dealer principal there.
Huh.
Right? So when I saw him, he goes to him, I said,
What are you doing here?
"What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm the boss here."
No way.
And then when he sat us on the table,
Yeah.
grab his pen and paper,
Yep.
he does the calculation, how many new cars we do, how many used cars, how many service, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He said, how is the business going to be? I said, "Mate, I have spoken to him because I don't have a company, right?
Yep.
You got a company?
Yep.
We do a contract. Whatever we make is going to be half-half."
Yep.
That's how we agreed on.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay." So he did his calculation. He goes to me, "You'll be making myself.
Yeah.
I'll be making around $1,000.
Yeah.
I said, "I'm making like around $1,200 now."
Yeah.
But he said, "Anyway, I'm just being honest to you that you're
Yeah.
going to be making that much money. You go think about it if you want to do it." And the good thing was, then we went to the dealership. He said, "Mate, perfect timing, because the contractors he had, he sacked them already because their work was rubbish, right? So he's got no contractors there at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, "I'm sending cars to the car wash." And he goes to me, "Siraj, I know you, and you can do it. You know."
This is you're talking about Chris Daly, aren't you?
Yeah, correct. No, not Chris Daly, Chris Magic.
Chris Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, Magic.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm talking about him. He goes to me, "Siraj, you can do it. I have
that's
worked
right.
with you." You know what I'm saying?
Was it? Yep. Okay.
So anyway, I said, "Okay." So we did the calculation. He goes to me, $1,000 you'll be making.
Yep.
I went and thought about it. I spoke to the guy who was my manager back at the contractor,
Yep.
right, at Audi Center, Sydney. I said, "Man, I got this opportunity.
Yep.
I don't know if I can do it." I said, Do you want to come with me and you do it together?"
Yep.
He said, and he was doing IT course back then,
Okay.
right? So he said, "Man, I'm nearly finished my
finished
IT.
the
I'm
IT
gonna
course."
finish anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vietnamese dude, very nice guy. He taught me everything, and so he said, "Man, I can't do it," but he goes to me, "Mate, just go and do it."
Yeah.
He said, "Close your eyes and do it."
Yeah.
And I didn't have the guts to tell my boss. He was a good guy as well.
Yeah.
Right? So I lied to him. I said, "Mate, I'm going to go to Melbourne."
Yep.
I gave him notice, 2 weeks notice. I'm doing my nursing stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? I said, "I'm done with detailing. I'm doing nursing."
Yeah.
Because I knew if I would have told him that I'm going to go contract he would, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, I went in, the day came in.
Yep.
I finished work there, started working at Lanswell Holden.
Yep.
The first week,
Yep.
I made $2,000.
Okay.
We did the calculations.
Because there's more cars.
There's
Right?
more cars, you
Yep.
know, and I'm working myself.
Yep.
I got another person with me.
Yep.
So how it was that the deal was that he's going to pay for chemicals,
Yep.
whatever the expenses of the company is,
Yep.
he's going to pay for it.
Yep.
But if we made like $2,000,
Yep.
he's going to pay me $1,000
Yep.
on my sole trader ABN,
Yep.
and he's going to keep the $1,000.
Yep.
And out of my $1,000, if I'm working myself only,
Yep.
that $1,000 is mine. But if I got someone working with me,
Pay someone.
I'm going to pay someone from my side.
Yep.
Beautiful. So we started working at Lansdowne and Holden, up and downs, but
Yep.
I was happy.
Yep.
Own business, you know.
Yep.
No one is.
Yeah, your own opportunity.
Yeah.
Yep.
So everything was working fine. Actually, back then Holden was like
Yeah, it's killing it back then.
killing it.
Yeah.
You know, we would have every day like 20 deliveries.
Yeah.
And started making very good money.
Yeah.
Very good money. Going to the college as well in the evenings.
Yep.
But now my mind is totally towards business.
Yeah.
Study is like
Gone. Yeah.
finished. You know what
But
I'm saying?
so hang on, were you still doing? Is that you would have? Were you still doing the cookery course, or you?
Yeah,
changed
cookery
it?
course.
Okay. Yeah.
Cookery course, but the interest was already gone because there's no permanent residency in
Yeah.
it.
So it's like, what are you going to do about that? Yeah.
But plus, I have a business now which I'm making drug money there now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, the interest from there went zero.
Gone. Yeah.
So, it was totally towards business.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Chris Magic goes to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Chris Daly comes in here
Yeah.
to Lanswell.
Yeah.
Right? And Lanswell is still there.
Yeah.
Chris Magic loved our job.
Yeah.
He goes to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He calls my boss he's not interacting with me directly, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
So, Major was calling the other. guy.
The other guy, because the company, everything is his, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And the money, everything is going into their account. They're doing
And
the
then
invoicing and
then
everything.
they sort you out.
Yeah, then they sort me out. And then they call him out like, so first they got us only for used cars.
Yep.
So the guy I had with me, my outsider, I trained him as well.
Yep.
So I sent him to Liverpool. I stayed here.
Yep.
And slowly, like we needed 3-4 people.
Yep.
So 3-4 people are working.
Building it up.
Start building it up,
Yeah.
right? So that guy is running my 2IC, you call it.
Yep.
He was running Liverpool.
Yep.
And I was running here. And I
Yep.
pay him good money.
Yep.
And now he's got like 3-4 people working under him, and
Yep.
I've got 3-4 people here.
Yep.
So if I'm quite here, I just go like it's not
Yeah.
far, 10 minutes.
Yep.
I'll just go up and down, and so then we got Liverpool Holden.
Yep.
And then we got Liverpool Volkswagen as well.
Yep.
So it's gonna be more bigger.
Yeah.
So what I did, I trained the people. Like now, I'm not working.
Yeah.
So I'm just going up and down.
Yeah. You're organizing. people.
Organizing people.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And then the twist happened just here.
Yeah.
All right. So I have this guy is running Liverpool for me.
Yep.
Lanswell is fine. I'm looking after Lanswell myself.
Yep.
Chris Daly is happy with me.
Yep.
Everything is
Everything's
good.
going well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And what happened that my partner, the silent partner, you can call it, what happened? The money would go to their account.
Yep.
Because now, for example, if there was $5,000 going to their account, now we have 3 dealerships going to like probably $25,000.
Yep.
Right. And now I have workers as well. Before I had only one person. Now I have like 10 people.
Yep.
Right. So, for example, there's $20,000 going to their account. They should transfer 10 grand to my account so I can pay my workers.
Yep.
Right. What happened? There's delays and stuff started. So the money would go to their account.
Yep. But you're not getting it.
I'm not getting the money.
Yep.
So I couldn't pay my workers on time.
Yep.
And I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm
it
started
makes you look
started
bad, right?
from $1. I
Yeah.
don't have any savings or
savings to-
anything.
yeah.
So I can give my money to the boys.
Yep.
Whatever money is coming,
Yeah.
I'm giving it to them.
Yep.
And then what happened that that guy quits.
Mm.
The one is running Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then Majors rings me
Yeah.
because the work quality has gone down.
Yeah. Because
And there's problems, there's accidents and this and that. He rings me, what's going on?
Yep.
And I went upstairs. It's like I said, my dad. He said, "Where is Amar?"
Yeah.
I said, "Mate, he quit because
The payments.
I couldn't pay him on time. I still owe him money.
Yeah.
He goes, why? And then he takes me to the accounts department, and then they checked, and I said, everything is paid to them.
So it's your company, the guy that you.
The guy, my silent partner, he
Yeah.
wasn't giving us the money.
Yeah.
And then Chris Daly smashed me down there.
Yeah.
Like whatever he could. I mean, not Chris Daly, Chris Magic.
Yeah.
He said whatever he could say down there at the dealership
Yeah.
in front of everyone.
Yeah.
That I've given you good business, this, that, and then you're stuffing it now. And I couldn't say anything,
Yeah.
because it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say anything to him.
Yeah. You feel embarrassed, Yeah.
I went downstairs,
Yeah.
and I was so sad that day.
Yeah.
And I was sad myself as well, like
Yeah.
best business,
Yeah.
And I started it from the scratch, and it's gone up to that. Then we got 3 dealerships,
And now you.
and now it's getting wrecked,
Yeah.
And then he smashed me upstairs.
Yeah.
I went downstairs, and I just sat down on the floor,
Yeah.
like about to cry.
Yeah.
And I saw him coming.
Yeah.
And he's angry person, right?
Yeah.
And I think that he's gonna smash me again. And he came down, he goes to me, I just emailed your partner
Yeah.
that the contract is finished from Friday,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you open your own company,
Yeah.
and all these 3 contracts are yours now, yourself.
Yeah.
I went and opened a company.
Yeah.
I told the other guy, I said, they don't want us anymore.
Yeah.
And I started my own company, and everything is mine.
Yeah.
Money is coming to my account.
Yeah.
I got my own company. The workers are mine. No issues.
Yeah.
And everything is sweet.
Yeah.
I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Paying them on time.
Yeah.
Paying them very good money.
Yeah.
And some of these working, since I started, they're still working with me.
Yeah.
Paying the best money.
Yeah.
And
That's unbelievable that Major did that for you.
Major did very good to me.
Yeah.
Very good to me.
I and that's the thing. Like, I think, he's got this real, tough exterior, and
He was, yeah.
but obviously, I think, inside he obviously appreciated what you're doing for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I helped him a lot with the car wash as well. Like
Yeah.
when I was running, when he was in partners with him at the car wash, like I ran it very smooth, and I was working very hard. I would come to the car wash 1 hour earlier, do all the stuff, make everything ready before everyone comes in, and then what do you call it? I will go light home. My hours finished, like for example 4:30, whatever. I was still there 5:30.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is inside. Keys, everything. I would lock up. They probably go home early, and like I looked after, and then he saw that I'm a careful person. You know what I'm saying?
That you're putting the effort in.
And then
That's a real. I think that's a real sort of like a real life example.
Yeah.
Of the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Right. People, all the most I have got asked by people a question that, what did you do? I said, mate, just be honest and work very hard.
Yeah.
Be honest to your job. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what other people do to you. You be honest and do good job. That's it. And just leave it like that. And then, till that day, I've been doing good jobs. And now probably back then the salespeople are now becoming DPs.
Yeah.
And because I have done good to them, so as long as they have got the opportunity, people rings me and I go and sort it out for them.
That's right. And see, that's one of the other things that I really like exploring when I have these conversations is that, sometimes the people that you meet in life, if you're good to them at that stage in life, regardless of their position in life,
correct.
Sometimes it comes back tenfold,
Mate.
right? Because you can't judge people based on where they are at a specific point in time, right?
To be honest with you, before I didn't know, and before I was doing it like intent, like without any. Now I like, for example, I'm giving you one example.
Yeah.
At like the dealership, right? Back then.
Yeah.
So back then, I was looking after all the dealership, like the salespeople, even the mechanics, the service advisors, like I'll give them respect, whatever they wanted, like get the car done, I would get them done. But back then I didn't know, and I didn't have this expectation that later on they're going to become a service manager.
Or anything. Yeah, of course not.
Now I have a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now
because I have the experience,
Yeah,
but
you've
not
seen
that
what
greedy.
happens.
I've seen what happened.
Yeah.
So now I look after them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know that. Who knows that next day where you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but back then I didn't like. There was not such thing in my head that if I'm looking after this person now.
Yeah.
So he's gonna give me a contract later on or something. You know what I'm saying? That was just like genuine. You be honest to your work.
Yeah.
And do good jobs and
If there was like, I guess, if you think back on the journey that you went through, if there was something that you wish you would have known up front or earlier, was there anything that you wish you would, had more experience with or learnt more of along the way, or?
What happened back then, I'm going back to Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
So when I did my year 12,
Yep.
right? And when I finished my year 12,
Yep.
I wanted to go overseas, right?
Yep.
And to go overseas, I don't know who put this in my head that you have to have a degree
Yep.
to go overseas.
Yep.
Because what happened with me, when I went to apply for my visa, I went to this agent, right?
Yep.
He applied my visa on the basis of year 12. So I'm thinking myself that why did I do this 4 years or why did I spend these 4 years? I could have gone. I could have come to Australia 4 years before that,
Yep.
and 4 years prior, because I came in 2008,
Yep.
2004. The permanent residency, all them were like you could get it in like 5 months.
Yep.
But then when I came after 4 years,
Yeah.
it was harder. That
Yeah.
it was taking like 5-6 years.
Yep.
You know?
I still haven't worked out exactly how you got your permanent residency. So
Okay, so I'm coming back to that. Now then, what happened that I got my business. Before, there was my ex-partner. There was the company was here. He was the director. I had nothing to do. Like I was
Yep.
like a subcontractor.
Yep.
So he was the contractor and I was like a subcontractor.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so when I opened my company,
Yep.
Major told me to open my company
Yeah.
and it's my business.
Yep.
So
So could you do that under your student visa?
correct.
You
I
could-
did it. I don't know till now
Okay.
if I could do or not.
Yep. But you
But
did.
I did all that 4 years.
Yeah.
Whatever the business I was doing, I did it under student visa.
Okay.
I didn't know. I haven't asked it now as well.
Okay,
If
yeah.
I could have.
All right. Well, allegedly.
yeah, so I did that. I was paying myself a manager's wage
Yep.
from my business,
Yep.
right? And this guy working for me, I got him a permanent residency
Yep.
through my business because he is my manager and he was my manager back then.
Wait.
as
So
well.
you sponsored another guy?
Okay, so this guy comes to me.
Yeah.
He goes to me, these people are sponsoring people.
Yeah.
He's working for me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he doesn't know that I'm not a permanent resident myself.
Yep.
He goes to me, blah, blah, blah. These people, he's might working for someone and he's sponsoring me, got a visa.
Yep.
I said, mate, just find out. And if it's happening, we've got a big business now,
Yep.
So we'll do it.
Yep.
This guy goes to a lawyer and he tells it all this. The next day he goes to me, he's got an appointment. He's my worker.
Yep.
He made an appointment with this agent or
Immigration
whatever you
lawyer.
call it,
Yeah, yeah.
immigration lawyer.
Yep.
We went there. He told me, yeah, you can do it.
Yep.
You can sponsor him and yourself
Yep.
because he's working for you, and you can sponsor. I can sponsor myself from my business. So I told the guy, I said, when I do mine first,
Yep.
I don't want to put 2-3 people now. I don't want to stuff it up. I want to do myself first.
Yeah, and then
as
do
soon
the
as my
rest.
one is done, then I'll do yours. You know what I mean? Exactly the same thing happened.
Yep.
I did myself permanent resident,
Yep.
and then I applied for him, and he's
There
a
you go.
permanent resident. He's actually, I'm getting my passport on the 17th of March,
Hey. Okay.
right?
Yep.
And he got his one before me.
Oh. What?
Yeah, yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, nice. It was like I was very, I just only stuck to the business
Yeah.
and worked. So
Yeah.
I didn't make many friends or
Yeah.
Now I have
Yeah.
because I'm in the business now.
Yeah.
But before, when I was working myself, all that,
Yeah.
I could just only work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
how I got my permanent residency.
So okay. So on like talking about work. Like, where did you and your wife meet?
Well, we had an arrangement marriage
Oh wow.
back home.
Yep.
Yeah. So my wife is my second cousin.
Second. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So my cousin's daughter.
Your cousin's daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's like sound weird here to Aussies
Yeah, of
or-
course.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But back then,
That's
it's the opposite.
It's the norm, right?
No,
Or-
it's the opposite.
What do you
So
mean?
the opposite means like here, you
Yeah.
don't get married in like first cousin, second cousin. You
Yeah.
never. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But up there, like it's
common.
common.
Yeah. That's the normal.
So
practice,
people
right?
would first look in their own family,
Yeah.
who they can marry,
Wow.
not sister, bro, like
Yeah. Like not immediate. but
immediate,
Like yeah. So
second cousins, first cousin. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
uncle's cousin or
Correct.
like father's cousins.
They would look in that community first or in that family first.
Yep.
If they can't find anyone there,
Yep.
then they go outside the family.
Outside. Okay.
Yeah. So same village
Yep.
and same village, second cousin,
Yep.
arranged marriage.
Yep.
So
So how old were you when that was happening?
27.
20. Oh, so this was after. So you were here already.
Yeah, I'm here already.
Yep.
And then I went once in 2010.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I was here when they did the engagement already.
Yep.
I saw my missus and all that. Oh, been seeing because it's my cousin.
Yep.
That'd be good to see each other when I was in
Yep.
Pakistan.
Yep.
And then, so I got engaged and then I got married in 2010.
Yep.
Yeah, I went back.
Yep.
Yeah, and got married with her. And then I came back myself.
Yep.
She stayed there. When I came back here, I did all her papers and all that.
Yep.
I was still on student visa.
Yep.
And then applied for her and she got the visa and she came back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, because when you got engaged, you had already experienced life in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, were you okay with an arranged marriage, or was it something that, like, did you have any second thoughts about it, having experienced life in Australia where that's not the norm?
Look what it is, because I spent like 15 years already in there. So that's like in your already, in your head.
It's
If you're born here,
Yep.
it's a different story.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you grew up there.
I grew up there already. I know the culture, and I
Yep.
know the outcome as well. Like, for example, if I was engaged and I get married here as well, so there would be like big dramas back then as well. You know what I'm saying? Up there.
Yep.
So like, I knew that I didn't even have any intentions to do that. But what I'm saying, that I grew up there,
Yep.
and it was already in my head. So the culture didn't change me that much.
At what age do they arrange that?
Different. It's totally different now.
Okay.
It's very modernized now.
Okay.
Now it's very, very modernized.
Yep.
Like a lot, like probably back then when I was getting married, probably maybe you can call it 5% or 10% love marriages. The rest were all like arranged marriages.
Yep.
Now it's gone to probably 40, 50. 40 arranged and the rest.
Yep. Yep. So then, I guess when how much interaction had you had with your wife before the arrangements?
So they are like fourth neighbors.
Yep.
We get to see each other every day.
Okay.
The thing is that it's very like strict kind of thing.
Yep.
You probably know that, like
it's
until
Islam.
Until you're not married.
Yep.
You cannot, like, you know what I'm saying. You cannot meet each other and stuff like that. So we went through that. We never met each other. Probably spoke. Back then there was not phones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm in Australia, so we couldn't even
Can't communicate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If I once a year I would go there. But I went the second year when we got engaged. The next year I went and we got married. You know. So in my case, there was not such thing, because it was an arranged engagement, arranged marriage, and even if I wanted to after engagement, if I wanted to talk to my wife, because there was not such thing, there was not much phones and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even contact her anyway. So yeah, probably there was one phone in, like just a home phone, and just only maybe just like very necessary, like if you want to call for something,
urgent or something,
you only call for that. Otherwise, So I didn't when I got engaged until I got married, not much communication with my wife. Yeah.
So then, did that create challenges for you guys at the start to try and, obviously you got to get to know each other better and understand what each of you would want out of life? And
not that. The one thing I noticed, because when I did my year 10, I went to Karachi, to a city, from a village to a city. So grew up in a city for 7 years.
Yep.
Lived in a city, and then I lived in Australia for two years.
Yep.
Before I got married.
Yep.
So I'm out of the village probably 9 years, right?
Yep.
And then probably my life is a bit more advanced than hers, because she's still in village, and
Yep.
I came to Australia, more facilities, like whatever you call it, the houses, the roads, the people, you know what I'm saying? The restaurants, whatever you call it.
Yep.
The only thing I noticed when we got married, when she came here, it took her a bit
how to adjust
to the culture
lifestyle
and all that, lifestyle. That's the only thing I noticed. Apart from that, there was not any challenge for me. You know what I'm saying? You're speaking the same language, same culture.
Yep.
She knows the culture. I know the culture. If I think would have been a bit difficult if she's from like we spoke about the provinces. There's different
from a different province. Yeah.
Different province. You speak different language. Now, when we talk about provinces, it's not only the language, the culture is different as well. You know what I'm saying? So when some provinces culture is like more stricter than the other province.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But in regards to me and my wife, same village,
Yep.
same
So there's a
culture.
lot of there's
There was a lot of
commonality.
commonalities. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I always think that, that's like, so for myself and my wife, like we I would say we had a fairly common, a lot of things in common about our upbringing. I was born here,
Yeah.
and my wife was born in Malaysia but migrated here when she was 3. So
Yeah.
you could virtually say she was
Correct.
born here, by the way she speaks and
correct.
the
That's what it
mannerisms
is.
and things like
Yeah.
that. And we had a very similar upbringing. Went to the same high school. We weren't high school sweethearts by any chance. It was more like we reconnected many years later down the track. And I think sometimes that's having that commonality is actually kind of like having glue that sticks you together. Because
correct. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
as you go through good times and tough times and things like that,
Yeah.
you're always reminded about the sort of
The common thing.
the common things,
Yeah.
the things that you got in common.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it was in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess from like, what's the sort of direction from here? So you've pretty much established now, right? Like,
Yeah, doing probably nearly 20 dealerships now.
Yep.
Contracts with
Yep.
20 dealerships. I can't, now I think life is settled.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
And-
like, I guess you've got kids, right? Like,
Yeah, 4 kids.
4 kids.
Yeah.
Yep. And then have they been back to Pakistan?
Yeah,
with
we
you?
go like nearly twice a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do they sort of how old, the oldest one is
7.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do they grasp that they have a very different life to what their cousins and things like that might be experiencing there?
Yeah, the life is completely different.
Yep.
Right? Schooling, culture, growing up even,
Yeah.
but they loved it. They love it when they go there, and even when they come, I can see they're upset for nearly a month or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they
so-
always talk about it.
So language-wise at home, do you guys speak?
Yes,
Pashto
we
or-
speak Pashto.
Yep.
And we have always spoken, because my wife, her English is not that good.
Yep.
Same as mine, I think, as well. It's
Yep.
not,
Well, you
Yeah.
you're learning, right? Like,
But what it is that when I took my son, when he was 2.5 or 3 years old, I took him to the childcare.
Yep.
Which was right across the road.
Yep.
Back then I was living in Yaguna.
Yep.
And I was talking to the teacher back then. So she asked me the same question: what language do you guys speak at home? I said, we speak Pashto. And she said, what about your kid? I said, we speak to him in Pashto as well. And then she gave me that advice that it's good that
Yep.
speak to him in Pashto,
Yep.
because back then my English probably is better than what it was back then, 7 years ago.
Yep.
So she said, if he learn in the childcare
Yep.
from the kids or from the native people,
Yep.
it's better he will learn
A higher level of
higher
English.
level of English, or his choosing up words or whatever you call
Yep.
it, you know.
Choice of words. Yep.
Yeah. So we have always spoken Pashto at home.
Yep.
Even now we speak in Pashto. We never spoke English.
Mm.
Yeah, probably just that random words when you're talking in Pashto, but 1-2 words you squeeze in from
Some
English.
English,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it? Were you surprised? Like, obviously when they go through preschool and start school, the what they come up with, like, because I'm going through this at the moment with my daughter. She started preschool only a week ago.
Yeah.
And the other day she was having like a ice block thing, and then she started saying so cold,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Because we speak to her in Chinese,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking she was trying to say
It's the
something in
most amazing
Chinese, right?
thing.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, "Where'd you get that from?" Right?
Yeah.
And then she started giggling to herself and started telling me that it was she's eating like it's too hot in Chinese or whatever. But then she
Yeah.
knows that she was just being silly
Yeah, correct.
because she knows the English words now, and then even today, like, she's telling me that she so we have a lot of Chinese books at
Yeah.
home, because we normally read to her in Chinese. And today, when she went to pick the book, she picked an English book.
Yeah.
And so then I asked her, "Oh, do you want me to read it in English or do you want me to read it in Chinese?"
Yeah.
And then she said English, and I was like, "Oh, okay. So here we go. This is
That's
where it all
nice.
changes."
Always, the kids come home. Doesn't matter from preschool or from school.
Yeah.
Every day there's something new.
Yeah.
And it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Like they learn it and they bring it home.
Yeah.
And we get to learn from them a lot as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's because, as I said, like I learned ABC when I was in year 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when they come home and then they like, not even a sentence, probably a story or something, bring home and explain it to you in English, which is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not only the language, it's the knowledge as well.
Yeah.
Like, look at the difference of the knowledge, like ABC in year 5.
Yeah.
And here, like,
they've got the ABC by the time they're 3 or 4. Yeah.
Even before,
Yeah.
it's just
That's right.
learning from the videos from YouTube.
Yeah,
and all
watch
that.
YouTube. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's the difference in the ability to. I think we absorb information so differently now.
Correct, 100%. It's very like even the people. It's modern, but I think the time is very modern as well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
in regards to learning.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different ways you can
Correct,
learn now.
you can learn straight away. You know,
it's you can Google a video and then you want to learn how to do something, you can look it up and then
I will be helping my kid with the homework.
Yep.
And I will always have the
phone
with me. So like even if I don't know something, I'll quickly check it. You know what I'm saying? Before.
All right. Well, let me ask you a few questions in terms of car washing. I guess might be interesting for some people to understand. What were some of the things that that you think that you picked up about how to give a car a good car wash that most people wouldn't know or take for granted?
I think people think that it's like just a car wash.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's a skill as well.
Of course it is.
Like, when you take your car to the car wash, they will spend like 10 minutes probably.
Yeah.
And you spend like 2-3 hours at home, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the car wash, I would say like doesn't matter what you do to your car wash.
Yeah.
Your car.
Yep.
You spend so many hours, whatever you do. Yep. But if you don't tire shine your car, it doesn't look clean.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you wash your car yourself or whatever, you have to put tire shine on it.
Yep.
If there's no tire shine, the car, it's like you have a shower and everything.
Yep.
And you don't put a gel on your head.
Yeah.
Your hairs.
Yes.
You go to work. It looks. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You spend more time at home.
Yep.
And sometimes you don't even have a shower, but you just go to work, you put nice gel, you know what I'm saying? So it's look totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was your question?
Yeah, I always, sometimes I laugh when like the guys will, people will clean a car.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but then, because most times when you wash a car, you wash the exterior of the car.
Correct.
Right? And then sometimes it's like the inside of the windows are foggy.
Yeah, very foggy.
Right?
Yeah,
and then so it's like, now that you clean the outside of the car, you can really see how foggy the
inside
is.
Inside
right?
is 100%. Yeah.
And then so it's there's a lot of I think
windows are very important.
Yeah.
In the car wash.
Yeah.
And as you said, the folks like if you driving towards the sun is facing you.
Yeah.
So you can see the fog
straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the customers and the customers finds out straight away.
Yep.
Yeah. So the windows, tire shine.
Yep.
Well, wash is a general wash,
Yep.
So,
yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we've done basically almost an hour and 45 minutes. How did you find it?
It's nice.
You're
nice talking to you.
It's always interesting because I always find people are very nervous. Can be very nervous to start.
Well, in my case, like of course, everyone would be the same. But what I remembered, I just said it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the past 12 years.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep.
And
Yeah. I always enjoy doing this because for me, I sort of know what to expect, but for always my guests, unless they've listened to a few of my podcasts, they don't really know exactly what to expect.
I actually listened to only one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Labab.
Oh yeah, with Edward. Yeah.
Yeah, Edward. Yeah, I listened to that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a podcast was before, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then
Here we are doing one.
Yeah, correct.
Oh well,
Yeah.
so it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
I really enjoyed the conversation, and I look forward to potentially doing it again in the future.
Yeah, 100%. And it was nice talking to you.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Thank you.